Hello everyone, welcome to another video. So in previous video we have learned about the virtual path and the physical path. So in today's video we have to learn about the browser architecture. So this is very important, and please make sure you stay till the end because you have to know how the browser work and what is component and everything. So first, in the browser you see the UI, that means user interface. So like this is the browser we have. So this is all buttons, refresh, all kind of back option right here. Like whatever you see here, this is called user interface. And when you click anywhere, like when you search any website, you go back, move forward. So behind this functionality, there's a backend also for this browser. So if you open this one, so UI means user interface. Whatever we see on our browser, like all the buttons, that comes under user interface. And the action we take, like we click on back and like home button or whatever the action those button work, that's the logic are written in the UI backend. So browser has UI and browser also has UI backend. So it consists of logic for the UI. Okay. And second thing is we have browser engine. What it does is it translate HTML and CSS. It does only two things: translate HTML and CSS. So translating the HTML and CSS, that work is done by browser engine. So there are so many browser engine, like let me open a figure right here. So we have Chromium family, in which we have Chrome, Edge, Opera, Brave. I never use that, but so Firefox, Safari. So every browser has their own browser engine. So basically they have only one thing they do is translate HTML and CSS. That's all. Like in interview sometimes HR ask, can you name any browser engine? So you can say Blink, and their JavaScript engine is V8. So normally Blink, Gecko, WebKit for the Safari. So those are the name of the browser engine. Third one is rendering engine. So every browser has a rendering engine also, which converts code into visuals, meaning whatever code you write, it has to give you the output, right? So that browser, like you open any browser and anything you type here, so in very like you can say very quickly you get the result output right here. So this output you see here just because of the rendering engine. So rendering engine convert those everything and give you the output. That's the job of the rendering engine. Second thing is networking. So you type in an address like google.com or youtube.com, and you do the HTTP request. So you trying to find that folders of that websites, right? Like we made our local directory in our Visual Studio Code, remember? So we have public src. So same thing, Google, YouTube, they all have this kind of directory in their computer. So to access those, we type in our browser like google.com. So that's a HTTP request. We're trying to request their pages. So this thing can be done through networking part of the browser engine. So next one is JavaScript interpreter. So as you can see, the browser engine translate HTML and CSS, and JavaScript interpreter uh, interpret the JavaScript code. So like you click a button on UI, so what that button will do, that kind of action is interpreted by the JavaScript interpreter. So every browser has that. So UI backend, I already told you, all the interactions, all the like logic for those UI are written in this UI backend. The last one we have data persistence, means you know about when you save your information, like you log in and everything. So every browser has their memory. So like cookies, your store password. So every browser has their memory. If you right click and you inspect, so you will find so many options about this page, whatever page you have opened. So you can refresh it. So you will see all kind of things right here. So it has element, what kind of element they have using div. We will learn about that too also. We have console is just to, like, you want to do something like very quickly, you can do that right here. So in sources you will see what is the pages we have opened and all the information related to this website we have. And there's another section is network. So when you search here what is happening behind the scene, you will see, and how much time is taking, everything you can see right here. So in a developer, that's the one, look, that much time it takes, 237 millisecond it took to like bring all this content, okay, in milliseconds. So it it give all the information, what the name of things that it brought up here. And next one is performance. So this is really important for us also, because when we make website, we check the performance, how much time it takes to load a page, and you can see record and reload. So right now it's just taking 32 seconds, right? So you can see here there's a memory section also. So it has 63.9 MB. So every browser has their own memory, and when you see, when you sign up in Google, you stays logged in for a long time until you sign out, because browser saved your information, your username and password and everything in cookies. So we will learn all about that also, how cookies is used. That's the very big topic. We will learn that in JavaScript. So now, so this is what browser architecture is. UI, browser engine to translate HTML and CSS, rendering engine, it renders the output and it gives the output to us, and networking we use to do the HTTP request, bring all the website files, download all the files onto our PC or browser, and JavaScript interpreter, it to run the JavaScript code. This that's the work interpreter does, to run the JavaScript code. And we have UI backend, where we have logic for the UI. We don't have access to this UI backend, because if we have the access to this backend, then we can hack it, right? So we never gonna see this UI backend, but it is there. So, and we have data, where browsers store all the information like cookies. So but this is the architecture of a browser. It's very important to know about it. And in the next video we will learn how HTML like converted, like how, what happened when you write a code and you run a code, what exactly browser do to that code. So that we will see in our next video. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon, so you can get the notification of my next video. And in next video we will learn about what browser do to our HTML code, how everything connects, what's the steps involved to giving the output on your screen. That is very important, because developer job is not just write a code, is to debug the code. So that's the most important. Code you can get from AI nowadays, but you need to know the how to debug the code, right? So you need to know how browser work, because all the work we do is on our browser. So that's very important. So hit the bell icon so you can get my notification, and please subscribe so I can get monetized as soon as possible. Thank you.